What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today's video we have xinzhao in the jungle. And of course, right now, is xinzhao the best well-rounded champion in the game? In my opinion, I think he is, because before you had a few picks, right? Before you had Wukong, who was really good. You had Pantheon, that was really good, and then Camille. I think Camille early on in the like season 2, season 3, before she got nerfed in the jungle, she was absolutely incredible. But right now she did receive even more nerfs, so she really isn't that playable anymore in the jungle. You could still play her in the jungle, but I don't think she would be as good anymore as she would be back then. But right now, xinzhao, I feel like he is a very balanced champion, a very good champion. You know, early, mid, and late, he is really, really good, especially with this build right here. You know, Black Cleaver into Wit's End, and then after that, you could go Blade of the Ruined King, Death Dance. You know, you could go full damage if you wanted to, right, with Blade of the Ruined King and Death Dance. Or you could go a tanky bit, you know, tanky a little bit, as you could go the Steros Gauge, Guardian's Angel, you know, some magic resistant items, Force of Nature, Spirit Visage, whichever one you prefer, right? But xinzhao is honestly, I think right now, the best well-rounded champ. Like, if you were to play him, you would have solid games overall every single game. And that's what I mean by well-rounded, right? With Pantheon, Jarvan, and Vi, characters, legends like that, it's very difficult, right? If you were to play 5 games in a row with them, all 5 games would be quite different. But xinzhao, he provides, you have early game gang potential with your third and first ability, right? You have the knock up on your third attack, you have a gap closer with your third ability, and not only that, when you start scaling, you become super tanky, and the attack speed you get from the third and Wit's End is really good. As right here, Vi does an amazing job rotating over from the top lane, and she manages to pick up an easy triple kill, as right here we do manage to slay the Mountain Drake. As you can see, Riven picks up an easy triple kill. As early on, we did manage to get a kill on the Fiora, so it kind of put her in the lead a little bit. And then right here, she rotated down to the Mountain Drake and then gets another triple kill. So Vi is already off to a really good start. But right now, I think, you know, the legends you could put in the well-rounded would definitely have to be Wukong and xinzhao. I don't think Pantheon, I mean, Pantheon you could put in that category, right? But then again, he's a very early game champion. His early game potential is really good. But then there's still that missing factor, right? If you don't get a good early game, then you won't be good in the late game, right? Because let's say if nothing really happens in the early game, you don't get kills, you don't get that many objectives, you don't get your goal that you need. When it comes to team fights, or when the game stalls out, you're not really that good, right? You still have your CC, but then you don't really, your damage isn't doing much, you know, your team fight potential really isn't that good. Not like characters like xinzhao or Wukong, whose team fight is really good, especially with Wukong. So I would say Wukong and xinzhao definitely the 2 best champions right now in that category, right? You know, early game Wukong is a little bit weak, but later on, you know, mid game to late game, he is absolutely amazing. And hopefully he doesn't get any more nerfs, because I feel like Wukong is pretty solid, right? He's in a good position. I just think that not many people play him. As recently, Gragas did get buffed a little bit as well. I haven't played Gragas at all since man, it has to be since season 2 maybe. I haven't touched Gragas at all. You know, it's not that he sucks or anything. I feel like Gragas is a really good champion. He's definitely a solid champion. It's just that he's very boring to play. You know, you get your setups, your barrels, your dashes. He's just very boring. I would say a better version of Nunu. You know, Nunu right now is just very lackluster. His damage isn't there, and then, you know, your team fights, you really don't get much out of the team fights from Nunu. Because anything, you know, a little knock up, a little stun, a little pull, knocks you out of your ultimate. As right here, we managed to get a double kill. And then Fizz steals our triple kill right there, or he saved our life. But as you can see, Riven managed to get that early kill on Fiora. She rotated down for the dragon, and right now it's just a pretty much one-sided game. But these are the type of games, you know, that with xinzhao, with Wukong, definitely can have back-to-back. As right now the Cloud Drake spawns. At first we didn't want to start it, but maybe we do start it. We do have Fizz with us, and we have a really good lead, so there's really nothing much to worry about. A lot of our team is doing well, so we're able to secure the second dragon nice and easy. And then after this, it's kind of just, you know, getting kills, trying to end the game as fast as possible, as Fiora gets a solo kill on Riven. And then right now we do go for the Wit's End. But the Wit's End is an item where I don't necessarily go for it second or third item unless they have a little bit of magic damage. But I don't necessarily go for it all the time, or the Blade of the Ruined King. You know, I feel like it's just, I usually go for either, you know, Sterox Gauge or, you know, a tanky item. Usually it's Black Cleaver into Sterox Gauge if I'm not like super fed, or if the game isn't that close. But I have seen many people, they just go for the Wit's End no matter what. But for myself, if the enemy team doesn't have that much magic damage, or their magic damage dealers aren't much of a threat, then I won't necessarily go for it, you know, second item. I'll probably go something else first. Majority of the time it's a Sterox Gauge, and then I'll go maybe third or fourth item. As right here, I'm just telling Fizz to take the blue because, you know, he's doing really well in the mid lane. And pretty much at this point, right, you just want to try to win as fast as possible. We're just hovering around. We do have the Rift Herald, so maybe you can make a play for the tier 2 and tier 3 turrets. As right here, Zed rotates in. Is probably a team fight gonna happen. We're just gonna steal the enemy's Grump. And the cooldowns on xinzhao's abilities are really nice as well. You know, and if you were to build the Death Dance as well, like Wukong does, you know, Black Cleaver into Death Dance, you get some really nice ability haste. As right here, Malphite does get a really nice... And right here, I thought my third ability would jump in, so I popped my ultimate. But in my mind, I was already in the team fight. But as you can see, my body was not there. So my mind was there, but my character model was not there. So that's basically what happened. As Fizz manages to come and clean up nice and easy. We still do have the Rift Herald. But that's kind of what happened. I thought my third ability would be able to jump in, but my mind was already in the team fight while my character was still at the Grump behind the wall. So I just ultimated and then had to move in later. As right here, we just rotate up, try to clear this farm as the Baron Nashor is spawning up. So maybe we can make a play for the Baron Nashor. Try to end the game as soon as possible. We still do have Rift Herald, so maybe we can let it go right here in the top lane, as Fiora is right here as well. Try to catch her off maybe. But Fizz does catch Jarvan. We can knock him up, maybe ultimate. We pick up the nice easy kill on Jarvan and let the Rift Herald go. We can probably look to end here without having to take Baron as well. As we just flash over the wall, use our ultimate. We manage to pick up the turn. We get the turn as well. I'm pretty sure right here we probably could end the game. We still have the Rift Herald and a nice minion wave coming in as well. Just knock on the turret. I'm pretty sure we end the game nice and easy. But yeah, like I was talking about, xinzhao, I feel like he's in a really good position right now, well-rounded. Tankiness, early game, mid game to late game is really good. But other than that, Wukong, I still think he's really good as well. But if you have any other champions, definitely let me know in the comments down below who you think is another well-rounded champion in the jungle. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace.